everyone. I'm Lauren Conlin. Welcome to Pop Crime TV. I have a story here that is every parent's worst nightmare. This guy right here in the middle, Jonathan Robalino, he is currently in custody for an attempted kidnapping over the weekend in Coney Island. A sweet 6-year-old boy, this guy tried to take and run off with him in the middle of a crowd of people in front of the kid's parents as well. And now Jonathan Robalino, his attorneys are saying that he deserves to be released on bail and he deserves to be under watch eventually in a mental institution, not necessarily in jail. We saw this incident captured on camera. I am going to refrain from using the adjectives that I would like to use for this guy because he hasn't been convicted yet. But let me give you all of the details here. So a 6-year-old boy, his name is Rah Shem Rah Rah Gantt. He was strolling with his parents in Coney Island when 36-year-old Jonathan Robalino, who was dressed in all black and wearing a fez, and I'll show you when I get to the video, he literally appeared to just come out of nowhere and just snatch this boy up. I mean, again, it was completely shocking. He runs off. The boy started to scream, and the parents, who appeared to be just mere feet or steps behind him, behind Rah Shem, when this happened, they look over and Robalino drops Rah Shem and then runs off, and the parents chase him. And it actually looked, I mean, in my opinion, and again, I'll show you the video, when he dropped him, it looked like he kind of threw him. And it looked like Rah Shem, could have been really, really hurt here. So completely terrifying. The parents, Sharon Robinson, she described running after this suspect, tackling him to the ground, or her husband tackled him to the ground, and then she put her foot on his chest to stop him from getting away until police came. So the father actually told ABC News that it sounded like Rah Shem, or they call him Rah Rah, he hit his head on the concrete, and that scared the parents at first. I don't think they realized that this guy was actually trying to take their son. I mean, it sounded like they just kind of caught the tail end of it when the kid got thrown in the air. So super terrifying. So NYPD has charged Robalino with attempted kidnapping, assault, attempted assault, harassment, and endangering the welfare of a child. And I wholeheartedly agree with these charges. So these are the type of people, this guy right here, Robalino, these are the type of people that need to stay in jail. They do not need to be released on bail. And this is a problem that we seem to have in New York City, specifically because this guy has no priors. Fine. I don't care. He tried to take a child in plain sight. What was he going to do with that child? Honestly, I don't even want to know. So at his arraignment, which was this past Tuesday, which was July 8th, he was before Judge Gervais. I don't know anything about this judge, Judge Gervais Johnson, excuse me. Robalino's lawyer, who is a public defender, she mounted this defense that I briefly mentioned before that raised some eyebrows, saying that my client belongs in a psychiatric facility, not behind bars, and suggesting that his behavior, where he thinks it's okay to just kidnap a child, that comes from mental health, his mental health crisis, rather than criminal intent, maybe some gross urge that he has, who knows? So she pointed actually to the video evidence saying that, Rah Shem didn't hit his head on the ground. This is, this never happened. He threw him, but he didn't hit his head. Okay, well, I understand she's doing her job, but she's trying to say that, no, my client did not physically assault him here, because there is the assault charge and the attempted assault charge. So again, she also really hammered the fact that he has no criminal record and pleaded for supervised release to allow him to receive psychiatric treatment under a hospital hold. So prosecutors, on the other hand, really argued that these are very serious allegations in this case. I agree. Anything having to do with a child, especially, a child that again was just minding their own business right next to their parents and was scooped up by this guy. Yeah, that's serious. These are serious allegations. So the judge did side with the prosecutors, and they ordered him to be held in jail, but on a $25,000 cash bail or $50,000 bond, which I kind of think is a little too low for him. Although I don't see him or anyone paying this for him because they haven't yet so far. And he's actually due back in court. And this is Kings County Court, by the way. He's actually due back in court on Friday, July 11th. So his lawyers will most likely be arguing bail again, and for him to just, go to a hospital under supervised release and call it a day. But the boy, Rah Rah, this 6-year-old, thankfully he is physically unharmed, but he was deeply, deeply shaken per his parents. So this was a very traumatic ordeal for the parents. I mean, and again, for this poor sweet boy, Rah Rah, his mom described him, going to the hospital to get checked out and just said that he cried and cried and cried. And the mom, Sharon Ross, she said that scream is a scream that no parent should ever have to hear. So the Coney Island community has really rallied around this family, which is also really nice to see when New Yorkers come together. And now they have increased police presence in Coney Island, which is really, really promising as well. So really quick, I want to play the video for you guys that gave me nightmares. I'm going to play this quick little ABC clip because, again, I found it really, really just, God, so sad to listen to the mom and again, to watch this video and just put yourself in the position of these parents and this poor child.
Police have arrested a man accused of snatching a 6-year-old boy right off the street and throwing him to the ground in Brooklyn on Sunday night. Rah Shem, Gantt, and his parents were walking around Coney Island. They were enjoying the final hours of the holiday weekend. As they were about to head home, a stranger could be seen on video picking the child up. And when Gantt's parents charged at the man, that's when he dropped the child onto the street.
I had my foot on his chest to hold him down. I didn't have the heart to stomp him. Violence is not my way.
Keep thinking about the red bunny on the ground.
Oh my gosh, this poor. I can't.
Keep thinking about it right now.
Oh, 36-year-old Jonathan Robalino is charged with assault and attempted kidnapping. Investigators say he struggles with mental health issues. Police have arrested a man accused of snatching a 6-year-old boy.
And let me just go. I pulled up let me see if we can see this. This is his case docket. If anybody is interested, I literally wish I could go on Friday. I am not in town, but if I was, I would head over to Brooklyn and I would make sure this guy stays behind bars. Really and truly, I would. I mean, again, this is the type of case that I truly feel like, even if you have no priors, even if you were not successful in your kidnapping attempt, I don't care. Guys like this will do it again, in my opinion, and they need to be behind bars until we get further along in this case. That just seems like the safe thing to do to keep this guy off the street where he belongs. So yes, this is King's Criminal Court. The incident date was Sunday, July 6, 2025. Robalino Jonathan, born 1988. Oh my gosh, he's only 36. I can't believe I'm older than this guy. This guy looks terrible. His public defender, Sarah Marguerite Burleson. Okay. And yes, this is his next appearance. You can see that. July 11th, 2025, 9 a.m., King's Criminal Court, 320 J Street. It says judge TBD. I don't know if he's getting a new judge or they just didn't update the docket, but I I had mentioned that per my source for the judge, which was the New York Post, it was Judge Gervais Johnson. So maybe he'll get a new judge. We'll see. But again, I wanted to make everybody aware of this very, very terrifying incident because it's summer and we're all doing things with our kids and we're all, we're trying to have fun. We're trying to relax. But I think it's just an important reminder to never let your kids out of your sight and be aware, have your head on a swivel. Something that I've been taught by my friends in law enforcement is to have situational awareness. So even if you think that your child is nearby, make sure you scope the scene out. Make sure, especially, a place like Coney Island, which is safe, it's still, again, very crowded. Somebody could have a gun. Somebody could, be eyeing your kid and you just don't see. So have that situational awareness. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for today. Short and sweet, be aware, and thank the Lord that this sweet 6-year-old boy, Rah Shem, is okay. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, for listening. If you like this video, if you like this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends. I'm Lauren Conlin, and I will see you guys soon.